We have arrived at Fichina. This is where we lost track of Pignut.
Fichina, huh? Just great. There's nothing here but snow and ice.
Uh-huh. But after they built the climate control center, the planet became inhabitable.
This is a crisis, team. From the look of things, the climate control generators, well, looks like it's been out of order for quite a while. If this blizzard keeps up, the planet will once again become barren.
I wonder if this is Pigma's work. Could he be laying a trap?
Oh, we can't fly our wings in this weather.
We have no choice. I'll go down and get the generator back up. If I can just get to the climate control center, we'll be okay.
Playing the hero again, huh, Foxy? Hey, more power to you, buddy. Me? I hate the cold.
It makes me hibernate.
It's up to you, Fox. I'll make sure the others are ready to launch their R-Wings at any time.
Rob, scan the control center.
Affirmative. The climate control center is protected by a shield.
All right. So to get in, we have to turn that shield off first.
Thank you, Captain Obvious.
Yeah, I guess you're right. No time for subtlety. I'm gonna have to blow up the generators.
Don't go overboard, Fox.
It's under control.
I'd hate to see out of
Get
control.
going and do it. We're just spinning our wheels here.
Careful what you wish for, Falco.
Hey there everybody, redxparasite here, and welcome back to Let's Play Star Fox Assault. In the last episode, we went on to the home turf of Wolf and his team, and it went over surprisingly well. They invited us over for tea, and we just had a nice little chat about our differences. I'm just kidding. It never goes that well. But now we're in the middle of a blizzard. This might just be worse than the last episode. But getting started here though, actually talking about this mission, it's one of my favorite missions in the game, partially because it's one of the ones with the most sections to it, like different gameplay aspects. And it also, I think, is a really good, it's really good for the Landmaster, and I really like what they did with the Landmaster and this level, and it's one of the reasons why I defend like the Landmaster being in this game. Is I think that this shows off the gameplay of it really, really well, and I don't know, it's fun. It's not like on rails. It's kind of exploring the map, but you're still shooting things. I mean, it still feels plenty like Star Fox to me. Now, I know like the foot-based combat does not really feel as Star Foxy or whatever you want to call it, but this, I think, is definitely one of those things that could improve on the franchise. Like if they kept this in, I don't really think it needs much changing. I mean, you can shoot, you can roll, you can boost and hover, so I think they really did the functionality of this well, and I think it's just fun to use. So that's why I defend this game as being one of my favorites. And I know people complain about, oh, well, the Landmaster in 64 was so much better, but I honestly don't agree, just for the sheer fact that the Landmaster in 64 was still on rails, so it was basically like an R-Wing without altitude, was all it really was. And it was actually, I mean, I did the level. It was on Titania, and I didn't really like it that much. But this I can definitely appreciate a lot more. So, getting into our actual objective with this mission, we're supposed to be taking out all these generators, and I am doing that. But I'm taking my sweet time doing it, just because there are a lot of enemies in this level. And I will reiterate that, a lot of enemies in this level. And so this is one of the levels that I would bet you can probably get your highest score on. Now, I will admit that I know there are people who have gotten a score of 99,000. Sorry, not 99,000. 9,999. 99,000 would be absolutely ridiculous. But who have gotten that high of a score? I've gotten just over 4,000 on gold rank, of course. But I think you can clearly tell that this is a very heavily combo-oriented level. Just because there's so many enemies everywhere. And so I think it's funny though how your teammates complain about you taking so long. It's like, come on, go after the generators. That's what you're supposed to be doing. But honestly, it's kind of better for you to just play around with it, because just have fun. I mean, that's what the point is. And so you will very easily get a good combo running as long as you are not bad at this game. There really is no excuse for you to not get something like over 100. Just because there's just so many enemies around, and there's really not much time where you can go without having enemies somewhere to kill. You saw how long it took me to get from all those like artillery cannons or whatever to getting to this battlefield where all these aparoids are. So it's just kind of fun. You just get to roam around and shoot things, and I really like that. So I guess I should point out, yeah, you have a map. I haven't really been using it that much, but you do have a map that will show you the surroundings. It will show you where all of the targets that you need to find and destroy are. And so I just kind of have fallen into this path of going around the tops. You start on the, let's see, the east generator, if I can manage to get my directions correct. And I just make my way around to the north one and then end up here on the west side. Okay, I got that completely wrong. You start on the west side and you come over here to the east side. So, you see, maps, they are useful sometimes. Also, I hate this enemy with the burning passion. Just because in bronze difficulty they don't have that much health, but in harder difficulties they are a pain to deal with. So most of the time I just ignore them. But yeah, I generally don't use the map just because I know these levels well enough that I don't need it. But it can be useful, especially if you don't know the layout of the levels as much. So here's the third S flag right here. I kind of forgot to mention the first two since I was talking about other things. But I think it's kind of funny that the first two are just literally right next to each other. Okay, but for this fourth S flag, English is hard. But you're going to want to start from this generator right here and head up this slope. I had a lot of trouble finding this one when I first played through the game, so I just always remember to get it right after I destroy that last generator and get the third flag. And so now that we have all of that done, we can actually head to the climate control channel like we're supposed to. Except we're not going to go into the nearest entrance for the fact that there is the last S flag that we have to get. No, of course. Can't go without those. And it is right above the west entrance. I got it right this time, guys. So I'm making an improvement. Don't know why I randomly stopped hovering there, but you will have to use the Landmaster to get that. It is impossible otherwise. There's no way for you to jump up there. But once you destroy all three generators and get all your flags, you can head in here for a cutscene!
Control settings confirmed. Making any adjustments.
Woohoo!
Well, that was easy.
Into the blizzard!
You did it, Fox! Fox?
What's wrong, Fox? Come in!
Quit yelling, Falco. I'm fine. Just a little hitch in the plan. There must have been an ID problem.
That's quite a hitch you have there.
The have taken a liking to me.
That must have been pigmas work.
Hug.
I'm on my way.
Hug.
Yeah.
Must hug. I think that's really all they want, is they just want to hug me. So, come on guys. Come here. Hug me. Ha ha ha! I tricked you. So yeah, that's what you're supposed to do with these guys. You have to bait them into attacking you. It can actually be quite annoying, believe it or not. Because sometimes they just stand there in front of you and just do absolutely nothing. Just kind of like Luigi, and then they actually win by hurting you. You will have to take out a certain number, and then once you get the machine gun, all you're going to have to do is just wait for Falco to appear. But what you can do is try to bait them into attacking you and kill a whole bunch of them all at once. And get a little bit of a combo going. And eventually a cutscene will play. And hey, speaking of which, cutscene! And that's all you have to do there.
Falco!
That seems a tad bit dangerous. Like, why isn't his wing at least moderately damaged?
Quit complaining and climb aboard, will you? Alright.
And so this leads into one of my favorite sections of this level. As much as I love the Landmaster section of this level, I really like this gameplay aspect that they're introducing right here.
Get out your blaster and take care of our admirers, will you?
Which is wing riding. Yes, this is... I'm riding on Falco's wing right now. And I have a plasma cannon. And it's fully automatic, so yeah, this part's fun, and I would not mind if they brought this kind of gameplay back either, because it's kind of like the regular R-Wing sections where you're on a rail pretty much and you're just aiming and shooting at things, but in this one you're not worrying about aiming yourself, so you're just worrying about pointing and shooting at stuff. So I think it's quite fun. The only problem with it in this game, if you can really call it a problem, is that you pretty much get a guaranteed combo from this. As long as you're shooting things and not missing, you will come out of this with approximately 130 combo. It kind of depends on if you started one back in that last area with the sentry bots. Then that'll help pad your combo a little bit. But now you can see why this mission, you get a lot of hits from it. Because you have that first section with the Landmaster where you can get a pretty decent, like 150 plus combo going. And then you have this part where they give you basically a free 120 hit combo. So the badge score for bronze here is 600, and I'm pretty sure I could get 600 in the first section alone. So you really don't have to worry about score in this section at all, but the gold rank for this one, I should point out that the score that you need for that is 3,900. And so my score of 4,000 that I got is cutting it pretty close. So yeah, they expect you to get a lot of points here. But otherwise, enemies are pretty standard. They'll just fly up to you, most of them, and they will not shoot you for a certain amount of time. And then, of course, if you leave them alone for long enough, then they will actually shoot you and damage you. And so you do have a limited health bar, and there is no healing unless you die, which is bad. I need to clear this guy. Gosh, I am letting these guys get ahead of me.
I'll do better next time.
Sorry about that. I just was concentrating on things that I apparently was missing. But yeah, other than that, it's not too hard. I really like what they did there. So you see how the enemies came from in front, which is the way that we were looking in the first place. And then they flew behind us. And then the missiles appeared from behind us. And of course they introduced those missiles and enemies that will follow you from the rear and of course crash into you. And so I really like that they direct your attention like that, and I think it's really good for
these guys are all over
missiles.
Get rid of them.
Shoot them down. Yeah, these guys are a pain to take care of in hard mode, gold rank, because they have more health and are just more annoying to deal with. But otherwise, that's pretty much it. That's the gist of it. Sometimes there are enemies that you will not see, so it's kind of difficult to get through all of it without getting hit once.
Okay.
Except I managed to do well enough. But on harder difficulties, it's a lot more difficult to not get hit.
Fox, those bots seem suspicious, so I checked them out, and they were aparoids.
Aparoids, really?
Sure? Yeah, aparoids aparoids must be able to take over other machines.
No.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's true! And the one who's pulling their strings is me, Pigma!
Well, I guess the comm record didn't lie. He is here.
Pigma!
Up and out, big fella!
What the? That's part of the engineering, isn't it?
It's not part of the engineering anymore.
You dirty swine.
I wouldn't bother with me right now. That thing looks like it means business.
Danger, danger. Climate control center generator approaching critical overload.
Deal with Pigma later. Without the climate control center, we'll never stop the blizzards again.
Got it.
Well, isn't that just inconvenient that we can't follow him? Alright, so on to the boss. This boss is kind of a joke on pretty much every difficulty. The only thing that really changes other than his health on the difficulties, you will have less time in other difficulties, the harder ones. But the reason I say this is a joke is that just fire 2 smart bombs at this thing. Like, don't even bother trying to fire regular shots or power up your regular shots, really. Because all you need to do is just get close and actually hit him, which I seem to be having a very tough time doing. He will spawn a whole bunch of these, like, enemies, and wow, I said this boss was easy, and now I'm getting kind of owned by it. So, yeah, that's how much damage one smart bomb did. But the enemies that he spits out, or, well, it spits out, will give you smart bombs, so it's like they're trying to give you a hint or something. But other than that, it's a joke. That laser will do damage to you, as you saw, but it's kind of easy to avoid. Unless you're me, of course. And that's it. So I guess you could say we, engineered its failure.
This is Fox. The climate control center generator.
I was just pausing to let you collectively
Looks like
groan.
all the aparoids are gone, too.
Nicely done, Fox.
Still, getting attacked by your allies? Man, that's just crazy.
Machines
That's
are
just
machines,
crazy.
after all. Those without strong wills can be easily turned to evil.
Oh, look at this game spouting wisdom.
Those without
I'm
strong
so
wills.
proud.
Allies or enemies?
What is it, Fox?
It's just getting really deep on us here.
Nothing. That sounds like someone I know, that's all.
Obey us, obey us, obey us, obey. Was I just talking in my sleep? No, I won't turn a profit by obeying them. I obey.
Well, that was fast. I guess he doesn't have a very strong will then. Although you probably knew that already. But yeah, we got a pretty decent score. For this, and we got everything, which is good. So, I think that about wraps it up for this episode of Star Fox Assault. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one. redxparasite, signing out.